Hello everyone. Our today's topic is drying. Drying is basically, in simple words, we can say that drying is basically a removal of solvent. A removal of solvent. When we specifically talk about our application of paints or in oil industries, or simply we can say that drying is simply a removal of moisture or small amount of water. When we talk about drawing as a general concept, then we will mostly refer the second point, not the first one, that is drying is removal of moisture. This is our solute part generally. Okay, so this is the very basic concept or understanding concept about the drawing, what actually drying is, and in simple words we can say that drying is the removal of moisture. Now what actually happened during the drying? Just take an example of, initially we will take some few examples. Just take an example of washing clothes. We just wash the clothes, and take the example of our shirt, and we just put our shirt onto the rope for drying. So what actually happened during the shirt contains water or moisture throughout the shirt, from inside and outside. It almost contains water, and actually we just send it over the rope. Okay, so initially just take an example of summer weather. During summers the temperature is around 45 degrees Celsius, and we can easily assume the temperature of air is around 40 degrees Celsius. So there are two things. One is our shirt. Second one is our air or atmosphere. Okay. Again, there are two things about shirt and air. First thing about the temperature. Second thing about the moisture content. Again, air. As we assume that the air is related to the summer, so temperature of air is very high, around 40 degrees Celsius. The temperature and moisture. So we can say that it is a concentration. Moisture is in concentration, and temperature is of related to heat. Now moving on the actual how drying is carried out, the phenomena or actual the process of drying, how the some amount of moisture get removed from your substance, and it will become dry. So directly the dry air around 40 degrees Celsius is get contacted with your shirt, which already put on the rope for the drying purpose, and the temperature of air is high, that is 40 degrees Celsius. This is temperature of air, and temperature of our shirt is around it contains a lot of water. Shirt contains a lot of water, so around it's 20 degrees Celsius. So there is a difference between temperature. Second thing, when we talk about the moisture content or water content of our shirt, then we can see that concentration of shirt, it is around we can say that 100% in shirt, and again 100% in shirt, and again almost negligible or 0% in air. Concentration of shirt and concentration of air in terms of moisture, or amount of moisture contained in the shirt is around 100%, because we just washed it and putting on the rope for the drying purpose, and the amount of moisture content in air during summers at 45 degrees Celsius temperature, then the amount of moisture contained in air or concentration of moisture in air is 0%. So this is related to the this is related to your concentration. Okay, so both the things are there. First thing is delta T and second is delta C. So both the two things required is already there. Delta T, so there is a possibility of heat transfer, and delta C, that is a difference in concentration of moisture, there is a strong possibility of mass transfer. And due to this delta T and delta C, the simultaneous heat and mass transfer operation is carried out in drying operation. That's why drying is also called as a simultaneous heat and mass transfer operation. So actually what happened during drying? Drying is a simultaneous heat and mass transfer operation. Air of around 40 degrees Celsius just get connected or contact the outer surface of your shirt or a shirt which already put on the rope for drying purpose, and as the temperature of air is higher and it contains 100% of moisture, for our assumption it contains 100% of moisture, some of the moisture from the outside of your shirt get vaporized instantly because of this temperature difference, because the temperature of air is higher and air is completely dry. So some amount of your moisture or water get vaporized instantly, so liquid get converted to vapor, and the flow of air get continued, and then it will pick some amount of moisture and again starts flowing. This process is continuously happening, and your drying is carried out. Means both heat transfer is there because there is a temperature difference, and both mass transfer is there because there is also a concentration difference. So this type of phenomena is continuously carried out, and with respect to time, your drying is improving. This is the basic thing about the drying operation. Now we will move on the next thing, that is the concept of solute and solvent. Solute is our moisture because lesser in quantity, and solvent is your air. Already it contains less amount of moisture, and this will add and it will become our solution. So our solution is moisture plus air. This is our actual solution, and the air which is continuously comes in contact with the every second a fresh air is contacted with your substance, pick some amount of moisture, and due to temperature difference it directly vaporize your liquid vaporize your liquid and pick it in the form of vapor or in the form of gas and get dissolved in it, and again it will travel to a respective direction. So in this way your drying operation is carried out, and then the actual solution, when after the air get connected with your shirt, actual solution contains higher amount of moisture plus lower amount of air, and the temperature of solution is also dropped. So I am not going to explain each and every concept related to drying in deep, because we are not here to learn the drying process actually, but we want to see some numericals related to our oil technology, especially drying in our oil technology. So whenever it is possible, there are n number of various stages or operations in our with respect to oil technology where drying is necessary. First thing is related to seeds. You need to dry the seeds. Second thing is related to seeds. You need to remove the moisture. Second thing is flex or oil cake. Again, you need to remove the moisture or sometimes solvent also. Again, by preparation of oil paints, there is a removal of solvent. So these types of various operations are there. And when you talk about the oil cake, there is also need of removal of moisture if contains excess moisture. So these are the few operations where drying is necessary with respect to our field. There is one graph. We will move on the graph to understand the drying operation or drying concept, how drying is carried out. There are two stages basically, and this graph is very important. It's very basic graph. It is very important to understand the drying operation. Initially somewhat there is initial moisture. Okay, before that, on y-axis and x-axis, here on x-axis is percent moisture. Now we just go through the numericals where removal of moisture is there instead of solvent. So next thing is on y-axis, the rate of drying, generally denoted by RC, and moisture denoted by X. So if this is your point x1, x1 is our initial moisture, and somewhat here it is, and this is your point xc. xc stands for critical moisture content, and somewhat it is okay. And this is your XE, that is equilibrium moisture. Okay. So initially, when we talk about the any numerical or any practical concept of drying or any drying operation, there are few parameters. First one is x1, x2, xc, and xe. So this x1 is stands for your initial moisture, x2 is stands for your final moisture, xc is stands for your critical moisture, and xe is stand for your equilibrium moisture. So these are the various values of related to your moisture content, and our numerical is completely related to these values. So it is very important. Second thing is, this is the first part and this is actually the second part. Of your drying process. Drying process is carried out by two ways. First thing is, this is your constant drying, constant rate drying, and this is your falling rate drying. As you can see that this is the constant, actually a complete linear value. This is the fixed value of rate of drying is fixed, and continuously with respect to time there is a difference in moisture content up to specific point, that is your critical moisture content. Once you reach the critical moisture, falling rate is start. Means drying after beyond the critical moisture content, then your drying is not a linear process. So what is critical moisture? See, critical moisture is the point where the constant rate drying ends and falling rate drying begins. This is your actual critical moisture content denoted by Xc, where the constant rate drying is ending or ends and a falling rate drying begins. This is your point, and this is your Xe. I think everyone is aware about initial moisture and final moisture. Means moisture content before drying, moisture content after drying. Critical point is already defined just now. Now we will move on. Xe. What is Xe? Xe is equilibrium moisture content. No one process or nothing is 100% ideal, 100% what we can say 100% efficient. Everything is on paper, that is we can say that 100% ideal things. We use 100% word only in ideal terms, not in a practical terms. So in drying also it's very difficult to remove a complete moisture. We are not able to remove 100% of moisture. So somewhat the point is there, that is equilibrium, and beyond that point, if initial moisture content X1 is 100% and X2 is 50%, this is your X1, this is your X2. If initial moisture content is here, initial moisture content is 100%, final moisture content is 50%, and critical moisture percent is around 30%. So there is a point of equilibrium. Just we just assume it at 10% of any substance. Beyond that equilibrium moisture, it is not possible for anyone to dry that specific substance or material. So 10% moisture should be there at any condition. For our assumption, 10% is not fixed. It may be 1%, it may be 0.1%, it may be 0.5%. Depends on the surface and depends upon the how much amount of moisture we need to remove from it. Okay. So this is the concept of equilibrium moisture. And our complete numericals just go around these values, and that's why it's really important to find. It's really important to understand it. Okay. Next thing is from this graph we can say that there are basically three conditions. First thing is, and these three conditions are totally depend upon the positions or values of your X1 and X2. What is positions and values of your X1 and X2? That is your initial moisture and final moisture, where it actually. So if in case the X1 is a right side of your critical moisture, that is towards this X1, like this. Right now it is already right side of your Xe. If initial moisture is right side of your critical moisture, and your final moisture is denoted by this red dot, X2 is again a right side of your critical moisture, then this complete drying operation is carried out under constant rate drying. First thing, if X1 and X2 is above Xc, then it is constant rate drying, like this. Up to point Xc there is no falling rate drying, so it will comes under constant rate drying. Second condition, if your X2 is your final moisture content, if your X2 is if your X2, that is final moisture content, is left side of your critical moisture, just like somewhat here, left side of your critical moisture, then it will comes under, there are actually three conditions. It will comes under both drying conditions, means initial moisture is categorized below constant drying rate, and final moisture is categorized on falling drying rate. So this is the example of both drying rates, a constant and a falling, both is considered. When your final moisture is right side of your critical moisture and initial moisture is your initial moisture is right side of your critical moisture and final moisture is left side of your critical moisture. So in this case your x1 is higher than xc, this is your third state actually. X1 is higher than xc, but your x2, that is final moisture, is less than your xc. This value is less than your critical moisture content. So it is come under both drying conditions. Now the third one is the last one is when your initial moisture content is also less than critical moisture content, means here somewhat is your x1, means both the initial and final moisture content is less than your critical moisture content, or it is left side to the critical moisture content. That is x1 and x2 is less than critical moisture content, then it comes under only this curve is useful here, because these values are from here to here only. So it is left side of your critical moisture content. So it is comes under only falling drying conditions. So these are the three different conditions in which your complete drying operation is carried out. First one is a constant drying condition, second one is a falling drying condition, and third one is both constant and falling drying conditions are used. So it will be it is always easier to understand from this graph, and this rough graph it is always necessary to draw during every numerical. Okay, now we will move on to the next topic. That is basically there are two or three different formulas according to three different conditions of your drying. Okay, so first thing is we are talking about only constant rate drying. Constant rate drying means your both x1 and x2 is right side of your critical moisture, or values of x1 and x2 is more than your critical moisture. Then we always need to actually find out how much time is required. Our equations are on the basis of time of drying time, that is capital T small t equals to Ls upon ARC x1 minus x2. This is the simple equation useful for constant rate drying. Then the second equation is again in terms of time, that is small t is equals to again as it is Ls upon ARC, when actually the drying is carried out only in falling rate, means your x1 and x2 is left side of your critical moisture. Then Ls upon ARC equals to critical moisture is here xc minus xe, critical moisture minus equilibrium moisture, that is because it starts from critical moisture, there is no need to go, because your x1 and x2 is already on the left side of your critical moisture. xc minus xe ln of x1 minus xe upon x2 minus xe. So this is second equation useful for falling rate drying, when your x1 and x2 both the values are left side of your xc, that is initial and final moisture content is less than your critical moisture content. Then this equation is useful to find the time required for drying operation. Now The last equation is third equation. Need some space to write it. Third equation, again in terms of finding the time, left side of this equation only time is there. Again same type of equation is there. Ls upon ARC bracket initially when both the conditions are used, means x1 is right side of your xc and x2 is left side. Right now we are talking about these two values. X1 is right side of your xc and x2 is left side of your xc, means x1 is higher than critical moisture while final moisture x2 is less than your critical moisture, then both the drying condition, a constant rate and falling rate drying is used. So this equation is quite longer little bit. Small t equals to ls upon arc bracket x1 minus xc plus, why there is a need of plus, because both the drying rates are used. X1 minus xc means initially you just travel from initial moisture to critical moisture, this drying is complete, plus xc minus xe means from critical moisture now you travel towards equilibrium moisture, xc minus xe ln of, again a similar type of ln of xc minus xe upon x2 minus xe, because there is nothing beyond xe, equilibrium moisture. So this is the equation for third type of your drying. Small t equals to ls upon arc in bracket x1 minus xc from x1 to xc plus this constant rate drying is complete here, then plus falling rate drying is also, so plus xc minus xe from xc to xc you will travel ln of xc minus xe and x2 from x2 to xc. So these are the basic three equations which is highly required for our numericals, and these three equations are according to the three different conditions of drying. Now we will next move on some basic things, that is the abbreviations of these equations. So I will rub it. So basic thing is small t ls arc, already x1 x2 xc and xe are already discussed here. Now small t is time required for drying, normally in hours. Ls is the weight of your substance, generally in terms of kg. A is your surface area for drying, and it is most of the time in meter square. Rc is your rate of drying, it is mostly kg per meter square hour, and these four are related to the moistures. So time, weight of substance, surface area of drying and rate of drying, these are four different different concepts or four different parameters of your numerical. Now we will move on our first numerical. Before that, I want to tell some basic concepts or basic conversion related to drying. First thing is, there are two or three concepts. First thing is when data is available on weight basis, when data is available on weight basis, then you need to convert it on the dry basis. If nothing is given, means a specific word weight basis is not used, then you directly assume it on weight basis and convert them into dry basis data. Okay, then how it is converted? It is just converted like, if x1 initial moisture content is 30%, then initially we find out the fraction of moisture content, that is 30 by 100, 0.3, our x1 value is 0.3, and need to convert it this 0.3 into dry basis. So x1 is equals to x1 upon 1 minus x1, that is 0.3 upon 1 minus 0.3. In this way we can convert our weight basis data into dry basis. And the second thing is related to LS by ARC. Most of the time in most numericals, RC, value of RC, rate of drying is separately given, and area is given, and LS, weight of seeds are given. But in somewhere the ratio of A by LS is given. So to find out the value of LS upon A, we just inverse this. That is, if this value is 2.5, then we just inverse that 1 by 2.5 and able to find out LS upon A, because this is the most required thing to calculate the time required. Okay. So now this is all about the basic theoretical knowledge of drying, and it must be every student must be aware about this knowledge before starting the numerical. So now we will move towards our first numerical. So instead of writing complete a question on the board, I will share it with the help of by mail and WhatsApp. And right now I just read the question and finding the given data with the help of question. So first thing is, question is, initial moisture content of wet soybean oil is talking about wet word is used, wet soybean oil is there, wet soybean oil. Initial moisture content of wet soybean oil seed is 35%. Means we just go through step by step. Initially we can write the given things. What is given? First thing is initial moisture content, that is x1. Initial moisture content is x1, that is 35%. You can write here also x1 35%. Second thing is, and seeds are dried up to 10% moisture content. So from 35% we will dry it up to 10%. So this is our final moisture content is x2, that is 10%. And next is, and seeds are dried up to 10% moisture, okay, under constant drying conditions. Okay, the operation is carried out under constant drying conditions. The type of drying is also given, constant drying conditions, and the drying is carried out in 5 hours. Time is also provided here. Interesting numerical. 5 years. Time is also provided. Now, next thing is, if the equilibrium moisture content is 4%, okay, equilibrium moisture content is Xe 4%. If the equilibrium moisture content is 4% and critical moisture content is 14%, critical moisture content is denoted by XC, that is 14%. How long it will take to dry the seeds up to 6% moisture under the same conditions? Okay, these all are the given conditions, given things. So first of all, these things here is a first stage or first condition is given. Again, if critical moisture is this, equilibrium moisture is this, and we are given one more thing, that is again a final moisture is given. Final moisture is given, denoted by X2 dash. Final moisture is how much? 6%. So basically, when we understand this numerical is divided into two parts. First drying operation is already carried out. Initial moisture content is 35%, final moisture content is 10%, and the time required to accomplish the drying is 5 years. Means all the things are already given. But what is not given, when we talk in terms of graph first, this is our before moving towards graph, this all data is given on the wet basis. So we will convert them onto dry basis. So what is actually our to find? What actually we need to find? We need to find how long it will take to dry the seeds up to 6% moisture in second stage. Means we need to find again a time, but it is denoted by T2, and this time which is given is denoted by T1. This is the conditions or parameters of your first operation, and this is the conditions and parameters of your second operation. So you need to find the T2. Before that, what is not given, which is necessary? Okay, I will write here. Not given. Not given is LS upon ARC. This ratio or these three different values are not given. LS, weight of your seeds, how much quantity of seed is processed, then area is also not given, and rate of drying. These three things are not given. So that's why we need to initially find this. We need to actually find these two things. First we will need to find this, and this value is put in second equation or second stage, and we will able to find this T2. Okay. Before that, we just convert the values in dry basis, because all the values are given on the wet basis. So I will write these values here. Dry basis values, and before you convert it into dry basis, we need to initially convert it into fractions. That is 35 upon 100, 10 by 100, 4 by 100, 14 by 100. Once it is converted into fraction, just like 0.35 and similar 0.10, 0.04, 0.14, this like, then it is converted into dry basis. Initially it is converted into the weight fractions of moisture. Weight fractions, and by using the simple formula for conversion of wet basis to dry basis, that is x upon 1 minus x. So x is our 0.35 upon 1 minus 0.35. So what exactly we getting? 0.5384. 0.5384. Similarly, all values are finding, and okay, for one numerical I will write all the things. 0.10 upon 1 minus 0.10, 0.04 upon 1 minus 0.04, and 0.14 upon 1 minus 0.14. So the values are X2, final moisture content is 0.1112, then XE, equilibrium moisture content is 0.001, 0.0416 because it is already two digits beyond right side of your zero. Then next thing is the final moisture content is also calculated, x2 dash, that is 0.0638 in the similar manner, and the equilibrium moisture is also there. Critical moisture is 0.1627 xc, 0.1627. So these are the values already converted into dry basis, and directly we will put all these values into our equation. Before that, we just draw a rough graph of drying for proper understanding. So the values are, first thing, for first condition, x1, x2, xc, xe and x2 dash, 5 values we have. First one is 0.5384, 0.5384. Next thing is 0.1112, 0.1112. Critical moisture content is 0.1627, 0.1627. Equilibrium moisture content is 0.0416, 0.0416, and then x2 dash is 0.0638. So these are the most important values for our numerical. Okay. So I rub this because already values are noted here, and we just draw the graph and go to the equation, put the values in equation. This numerical is very simple, just need to understand before solving it. Proper understanding is needed, and the main thing is it is a two-stage numerical, so never try to put all the data in single equation. It will definitely make a trouble for everyone. So first thing is the graph. Okay, I will just draw the graph here. So this is our basic graph of your drawing. One point, another point, another point. This is y, this is x, this is the rate of drying on vertical axis, and percent moisture content on horizontal axis. This is your 0. This is your equilibrium moisture content. This is your critical moisture content. This is your initial moisture content. So initial moisture content 0.5384 and critical moisture content 0.16, x2 is 0.111. So this is the case of both drying conditions. Because why? Initially you need to find which type of drying it is, where it is actually classified on the basis of values of your x1, x2, xc. You can easily find out which type of drying is used. So here x1 is greater than xc and x2, your final moisture content, x2 is less than your critical moisture content. x2 0.11 is less than 0.16. So both the drying conditions, that is a constant drying condition and a falling drying condition, is used. So you need to use third equation. So first thing is clear, need to use third equation for that numerical. So the equation is T is equals to Ls upon ARC bracket initially x1 minus xc, this is for constant, plus xc minus xe, this is for falling, ln of xc minus xe upon x2 minus xe. This is the complete equation. So time is already given, that is 5 years. Second thing, this is ls upon arc is not given, ls upon arc is not given, and you need to put all the values. That is, I just used to put the first two digits of these values. 0.5 minus xc is 0.1 plus 0.1 minus xe is 0.04, 04 ln of 0.1 minus 0.04 upon x2 0.11 minus xe 0.04. This is your complete equation. When you solve it, you get ls upon arc as 11.29 hours. 11.29 hours. So now there are two unknowns, that is ls upon arc and t2. This is for our t1, this is for our first condition. Okay, now the most important thing, that is ls upon arc is find out, and this is a very important for us, that is ls upon arc is needed to solve the second stage of your numerical, which is 11.29 hours. Okay, so again when we move on the second stage, that is the initial moisture content is same, only initial moisture content is your same, only the varying thing is our second moisture content or the final moisture content. This is only a variable, because the drying starts from here again, and we need to find out the time t2 for this specific stage of drying, and ls upon arc is already find out, that is 11.29 hours. So again we need to check the condition of your drying. So first of all, x1 is right side of your xc, that is 0.5384, xc is as your 0.1627. now x2 is denoted by x2 dash, because there may be chances of confusion, that is this x2 and x2 again both are the final moisture content. That's why this x2 is used for the first stage of your final moisture of first stage, and this x2 dash is used for the final moisture of your second stage, and x2 is 0.0638, obviously left side of your critical moisture, and xe is what, 0.0416, and x2 dash is 0.06, so we can say that somewhat here x2 dash, and your x2 dash is 0.0638. okay, x1 x2 xc xe ls by arc, everything is given, means these values are given, x1 xc xe, all values are given, ls upon arc is also there, just we need to find out now time, and instead of t1 we need to find now t2, because we are talking about the second condition of your process. So similarly you just put all the values, instead of time t2 is there, ls upon arc 11.29, and x1 xc, x1 is 0.5, again I used only to one digit after the point, 0.5 minus 0.16 plus 0.16 minus 0.04, okay, into ln of critical 0.16 minus 0.04 upon x2 dash. Here you are using x2 dash instead of x2, and value of x2 dash is 0.0638 minus again xe, equilibrium moisture, 0.04. so this is your complete equation, and you put all the values. So t2 is directly calculated, and t2 is 6.56 hours. So this much amount of time is needed to complete your drying operation up to this much amount of final moisture content. This is all about your first numerical. Let's move on the next one. Okay. Again x1 y rc. This is actually a separation. Due to small size of board, it is necessary to separate the graphical portion and numerical portion for easy understanding. This is your actual operation, drawing. So now, moving on to the next numerical. What actually it says. Next numerical, first of all, we just go through the given. Before that, I just read the numerical instead of writing. And this is our second numerical. So 100 kg of groundnut oil seeds containing 30% moisture. First thing is given, that is, we just write the given things first. Initial moisture content. Initial moisture content is x1, that is 30%. Second thing, seeds are groundnut oil seeds. Groundnut oil seeds is used. Initial moisture content is 30%. To be dried in a tray dryer to 16% moisture. Final moisture is also there. That is x2, that is 60%. Okay, and the operation is carried out in a tray dryer. 100 kg of groundnut oil seeds containing 30% of moisture is to be dried in a tray dryer to 16% moisture by passing a current of air at 350 Kelvin. Okay, air temperature is here, 350 Kelvin. Then next thing is by passing a current of air at 350 Kelvin across its surface at a velocity of 1.8 meter second. Again, a velocity of air is also given. Velocity of air 1.8 meter per second is the velocity of air which is used to dry our groundnut oil seeds. Then, if the constant rate of drying under these conditions, they are using, if first is then use here constant rate drying. If the constant rate drying under these conditions is 0.7 10 to the power minus 3 kg per meter square second. Constant rate of drying. Rate of drying denoted by RC, that is 0.7 10 to the power minus 3 kg per meter square second is the value, and the critical moisture content is 15%. Calculate the drying time. Okay, critical moisture content denoted by XC is 15%. Okay, and the last one more thing is given. One more thing is there, that is drying surface. Drying surface is provided. Drying surface provided in terms of drying surface area per kg of dry weight of seeds. Drying surface area per kg of dry weight of seeds is provided, that is the surface area is 0.03 meter square per kg. 0.03 is there. 0.03 meter square per kg of dry sheets. The statement is very important. Surface area, this much surface area, 0.03 meter square per kg of dry sheets. Per kg of dry sheets means this is denoted by, this 0.03 value is denoted by meter square, means area is there, capital A, and per kg weight of sheets, that is LS. This is the ratio of A by LS. Very important for our numerical. Okay. And what actually we need to find, or we need to calculate here. Again, we need to find out, time of drying, that is T. Okay. These all are the given things for our numerical. So there is no such word using, just like data is given on weight basis, so we directly assume it on the weight basis and convert it into dry basis. Before that, we need to convert it into in terms of fractions. There is a necessary to convert them in terms of fractions. Okay. And there is a small change in the in unit also, because it is kg per meter square second and this is meter square per kg. So in terms of second, calculating time in terms of second, because the rate of drying is given in terms of kg per meter square second, so initially we convert them into hour to calculate our final time in hour. We will do it later also, but instead of confusing, we will convert them on the initial basis. So first of all, convert them into fractions, that is some like 30 by 100, 16 by 100 and 15 by 100. So it is 0.3, 0.16 and 0.15. Now these fractions values get converted into the dry basis. So how it is calculated? It is calculated just x upon 1 by x, that is 0.3 upon 1 by 0.3 or 0.16 upon 1 by 0.16, or similar manner 0.15 upon 1 by 0.15. So directly I can write the final values on dry basis here. So there is no x2 dash because it is a single stage drying operation. There is no two stages like last question. So initial moisture is there, that is 0.3, initially converted into weight fractions of moisture, that is 30% get converted into 0.3 and 0.3 weight basis, we assume it on the weight basis and convert them into the dry basis. So first value is x1 is 0.4285, 0.4285, x2 that is final moisture content is 0.1904, then xc critical moisture content is 0.1764. Okay. Now one more thing is there, that is RC. No need to convert the XC if equilibrium is given. Velocity initial, final, velocity constant, return, critical. Equilibrium is also not given. So next thing is given, that is RC. RC, this is value RC, rate of drying. So rate of drying is here 0.7 10 to the power minus 3 kg per meter square second. So we want to we need to convert it into hours. So it is multiplied by 3600. 60 seconds in a single minute and 60 minutes in a single hour. So it is directly multiplied by 3600 and we get the value RC equals to 2.52 kg per meter square hour. Now the last thing is specific, last thing is about one more parameter, that is drying surface area, that is 0.03 meter square per kg, and it is meter square per kg of dry sheets. That is, it's not only about a single A, it's not only about meter square, but it is about meter square per kg. So it is A upon LS. Next value is A upon LS. A upon LS is 0.03. 0.03 meter square per kg is there. So these are the all values related to our numerical. Okay. Remind of this. Again we will move towards the graph before finding which type of drawing is this. So first one, x1 is 0.4285, this is our x1, 0.4285. okay, then xc is 0.1764, 0.1764. okay, then x2 is 0.1904. So 0.19 is more than 0.17. More than means it is a right side of your xc. So this is your somewhat x2 and your x2 is 0.1904. okay, so both your final moisture content x1, your x1 and x2 is right side of your xc, that is right side of your critical moisture content. So it falls under constant drying condition. So which type of equation is useful here? First equation is useful here. First equation, a simple type. First equation is useful here. So the equation is again in terms of time, that is T equals to Ls upon ARC into x1 minus x2, initial moisture minus final moisture. So we need to calculate this time required. Ls upon ARC. Now RC is given, already we convert them into kg per meter square R. So RC is given, x1 is given, x2 is given, no need of critical moisture is there. Now what is about Ls upon A? We are having the ratio of A by Ls. So A by Ls is equals to 0.03 meter square per kg. So we can and we are interested to Ls by A. So this value 1 by 0.03 is gives us Ls by A. When we inverse it, and the value is Ls by A is 33.33. So this Ls by A is also find out 33.33. Now the unit is here, the A by Ls unit is meter square per kg. Now the unit is kg per meter square. Just need to inverse it, kg per meter square. This is the actual, these are the two basic things which is quite difficult to understand or quite important to understand to solve the, your numerical. First thing is conversion of your RC, because it's little bit confusing when we calculate the time in terms of seconds. So it is converted to R, the first thing, and the second thing is conversion of your A by Ls, conversion of your A by Ls to Ls by A, and unit is changed kg per meter square. So this is your second thing, kg per meter square. So these two things are very important. Now all the values are already there, you just need to put all the values. Again the equation, when we talk about the equation, time, left side of your equation, all three equation time is there, and right side all the complete drying condition is given. So Ls by A is 33.33, RC is 2.52, and initial moisture x1 is 0.4285, and final moisture x2 is 0.1904. So by calculating this, time needed to complete this drawing is 3.15 hours. So that's it. There is nothing more in this equation, in this numerical. So these are the two basic numericals related to our drawing. One more numerical is there, but I just send this numerical to all of them for homework basis and for homework or assignment. And regarding any queries or any difficulty, our interactive session is there. We will discuss it later in our interactive session related to this numerical and all the theoretical concepts or all the theoretical topics which is already covered. Okay. Thank you so much.